Okay, in this video we're going to look at some of the work that was set this week in the specialised cells topic. We'll start off with the starter, which was on averages. So the first thing we do is look at question 1. Calculate the average of the set of data to the nearest whole number. So the first step in calculating an average is to add the numbers up. So 111 plus 100 plus 109 plus 120 plus 118 plus 121 plus 115. If my mental math is right, that is 794, which if you divide that by 7 will be around 113. So 113 should be the answer. And if we put the answer in, then we get that. So what I did there was I added the numbers up and then I divided by 7 and I got 113.4. So 113.4, you round the 4 down and it makes 113. If your answer had come out at 118 point something, the answer would be 118. So I believe that maths is correct. If it's not, go with whatever number you got. So in the specialised cells worksheet, we're understanding the need for specialised cells and how they shape their shape supports their function. So all cells in our body, they aren't just these kind of blobby shaped things that we think about quite often in class when we're naming the different cell parts. They all have very, very different shapes and functions and kind of roles within the body. So if we think about some very kind of famous examples, we think about the sperm. So the job it has is to get the genetic material from the man to the egg inside the woman. So it's transporting genetic material. How is it adapted to carry out this function? Through its shape or structure. So the sperm has a very long tail, which allows it to move very well and very fast. It's got lots of energy producing parts in it called mitochondria, which we'll come across in future years. And it contains a special form of the DNA from the man. So it contains the DNA. So that's the 3 ways it's quite well adapted. It also is shaped a little bit like a bullet at the head end. So that makes it aerodynamic. The nerve cell has the job is to collect information from several different areas of the body and to transport that information around the body. The way it is adapted to this is it has many different little connecting parts attached to it, which allow it to collect information from several different parts of the body, and it has a very, very long nerve fibre, which is called an axon, which allows it to transmit information. So it's got lots of places where information can be brought into it, and then it's got a very long extension, which allows it to reach lots of different parts of the body. A red blood cell has a really, really funny shape. The job it does is it transports oxygen around the body. The shape it has is kind of like a squashed balloon. It's got this kind of a shape where it goes out like that, in and then out and in. This allows it to get through small blood vessels in the body. It means it can hold more oxygen and absorb more oxygen per unit area, and it makes it really, really good at transporting oxygen. So in all of these cases so far, the shape of the cell has allowed it to do its job quite well. A root hair cell. So a root hair cell's job is to absorb water from the soil, and the reason it's good at that is that it's like the nerve cell. It has this very, very long extension coming off it that can go right out into the soil, and it gives it quite a high surface area. So it's good at its job because it's got this long extension that you can use to gather lots of water. And finally, we have a look at the check test. So what name is given to things made of several cells that are multicellular? What feature of nerve cells makes them suited to performing their function? So nerve cells, they have a long extension called an axon that allows them to carry messages around the body. What type of cell contains lots of chloroplast, making it suited for its function? So that would be palisade cells. That's a really, really difficult name to remember. That's one of the cells that we get inside the leaf. So it's called a palisade mesophyll cell. And what does a red cell not have that other cells do? So a red blood cell does not have a nucleus, and that means it can fill up even more with this protein called hemoglobin, which allows it to carry the oxygen. Hopefully that makes sense. We understand averages, we understand why it is that our body isn't just made of big splodgy kind of circular cells. Because that means that if each part of the body is specialized for a particular function, it means it can be really, really, really good at that function. You don't want the cells of your tongue to be able to swim and carry genetic information to the egg. The cells of the tongue don't need to be doing the job of the sperm, so they might as well just be really, really good at being tongue cells. Cells of your toenails need to be nails, they need to be hard, they need to be waterproof. They don't need to be kind of soft and flexible like your normal skin cells. So when we allow cells to specialize, they get really, really good at their job. Hopefully that made some sense. If there's anything you don't get, please do ask for help.